is Captain Margot Eileen Parker. I'm the commanding officer here at the Special Victims Unit, and I'll just spell my name for you. First name is M-A-R-G-O. Last name is A-L-L-E-Y-N-E -Parker, P-A-R-K-E-R. Okay, so today we are here to speak about an identified sexual assault pattern. These patterns occurred between July 19th and August 3rd of this year, and there have been 5 reported sexual assaults in the 9th and 17th district. This pattern is based on the modus operandi, description of offender, and the geographic proximity. The first incident occurred in the 9th district on 718 and 1900 Spruce Street at approximately 6:40 a.m. The complainant reported that while she was walking her dog, she was approached by an unknown offender who stated good morning and then began to indecently assault her on the highway. In this instance, the offender was described as a black male, approximate 30s, dark hair, about 5'8", wearing a black shirt and black pants. The second incident also occurred in the 9th district on 719 at 2000 Delancey Place at approximately 3:13 a.m. The complainant stated she was attempting to enter her apartment building when she was approached by the offender, who then proceeded to indecently assault her on the highway. She stated she shoved the offender and she pushed him back, causing her to fall to the ground. In this instance, the offender is described as a black male, approximately 25 to 35 years old, about 5'10", with twists in his hair and a blue shirt. In the third incident, also occurring in the 9th district at 1600 Waverly Street at about 8:15 a.m., the complainant reported that the offender came up behind her and reached over her shoulder and sexually assaulted her on the highway. In this instance, the male is described as a black male, late 20s, about 6 feet, thin build with long thin braids down to his chest, wearing all black clothing and possible facial hair. In our fourth incident, which occurred on 8/3 at approximately 1:06 a.m., the complainant reports that after leaving a bar in the area, she was walking to her vehicle, which was parked on South Street between 15th and 16th, where she was sexually assaulted from behind. In this instance, the male was described as a black male, dark complexion, thin build, about 5'11" to 6'2", with long dreadlocks, wearing a short sleeve shirt and gray sweatpants. And then the final incident, which occurred on 8/3 at 2500 Webster Street at approximately 12:30 p.m., the complainant reports while opening her garage door, the offender grabbed her from behind and indecently assaulted her on the highway. In this instance, the male was described as a black male, about 30 years old, approximately 6 feet, slim, athletic build, wearing a white tank top and possibly some clothing that was red or green. In all the incidents, the male was approaching our female complainants from behind and indecently and or sexually assaulted them on the highway. With that, I'll take any questions.
Time out real fast. I apologize, Captain. We could not get from West Philly up here fast enough.
I'm sorry.
We might have to ask you to reiterate when these folks are done.
Sure.
Thank you.
Captain, is there any concern? I understand it sounded like you said 3 over just this past weekend.
Yes, there were 3 over this weekend. My concern would be any incidents that had went unreported. Because it seemed like this male is just over this past weekend, it was 3, so it seems like it's escalating. So with that, I would just want to say that if anyone that hasn't made a report, to definitely come to Special Victims to make a report. And for those that live in the area, definitely check your cameras to see if you have this male on camera.
When we're talking about these sexual assaults, is this he came up behind them and groped them? What was it exactly that he did?
He came up behind them and groped them in all the instances. In some instances, things may have went a little further.
Okay. And then in terms of where this happened, I mean, it seems like we're talking about Center City, we're talking about South Philly, you're talking about areas where usually the stuff, you've got a lot of tourists around, a lot of people around, a lot of young women. What is your message to them right now besides go and check your cameras? I mean, what can they do?
Yes, just being careful and checking your surroundings. In some of the instances, they did scream for help and were assisted in the area where people did come and assist. So I would just say, once again, please check your cameras and see if anyone has anything on camera, and just always be so aware of your surroundings, and contact 911 if you do find anything.
Captain, are detectives working on getting a composite or images of your doer?
Yes, and they're outside. They're actually on the street right now checking for video in the area as well. But just based on the description, what we're getting is that it's a male approximately 5'10" to 6 feet. He's thin build, possibly has long dreads or braids or twists that may be pulled back in a ponytail.
And he's made statements to some of the victims?
For one statement, it just said, "Good morning, beautiful." I didn't see any other reported statements.
You're fairly certain this is one individual that's doing all these?
Based on the modus operandi, we believe it may be one individual.
And you said there were five?
Five.
Since July,
Yes.
and 4 or 5 were in the 9th, and was there another district included?
The 17th would be the last one.
That's the 5th in the 17th?
Yes.
Okay.
And there's no video or pictures of this guy at this point?
Not at this point,
Okay,
but we're working on that.
okay.
At this point, we just want the public to be aware, especially those that are living in that area, just to be aware of their surroundings.
Other than the emotional and mental injuries, were any victims physically injured?
One victim did receive some cuts to her elbows and her knee when she fell.
Are you able to tell us if any evidence was recovered? in any
Not at this
respect?
point, no.
No weapon displayed or?
No, no weapon.
Are all these victims around the same age?
They were all, yes, I would say they were.
Would you say 20s, 30s?
Maybe 30s, yeah.
And forgive me, I'll go back and check my notes, but
Mhm.
the times that these crimes occurred were overnight, morning?
Most of them
daytime?
were overnight in the morning hours. We have 3:13 a.m., 6:40 a.m. I would say the latest one that we have is one that occurred in 2500 Webster Street. That occurred around 12:30 p.m.
It's fairly brazen.
Very.
Give us a sense of how you're feeling toward this gentleman that's doing this.
Very brazen individual, somebody that we definitely would like to get off the streets
And you
before
believe-
he escalates, I would say that.
And your office believes that there may be other victims?
There may be. There may be unreported incidents. We're also going through our records to go back a couple of months to see if we have any other jobs that may sound or be similar to this instance, these instances here. And some of these incidents, the description is so vague, but we have to try to piece everything together. So we're going to go back a couple of months to see how many other jobs we could piece together.
Is this gentleman concealing his identity somehow? Is he wearing
No.
a mask? He's not covering their faces with anything?
No, no, he's not.
Believed to be a member of the homeless community possibly?
That I can't say for sure, so I'm not going to speculate on that.
Okay, and you had mentioned about letting the public know. Is there a suggestion, women out at night, as a result of this now having happened almost a half a dozen times, that the department is advising people do something different than what they've been doing?
Just to be more aware of your surroundings. I would just have to say that. Just be more aware of your surroundings. If you see something, scream for help. Like I said, in most of these incidents, neighbors did come out to assist.
Nothing was stolen from these victims?
No.
Did they explain to you how the gentleman got away? Did he run? Did he get in the car?
He fled. Some instances he walked away, some instances he ran away. There's no vehicle involved. He either ran or walked away.
Captain, can you just give us your full name for the record, please, and spell it?
Sure. Margot Allene Parker. First name is Margo. Last name is Alleyne -Parker, Parker.
Increase in patrols or anything of that nature? I know that those are specific districts, but has the department responded with an increase?
Yes, so I spoke to both commanding officers, reached out to them, and they have increased patrols in the area. They are aware of these instances. They have their teams out there as well.